last weekend. He'll be followed out by the driver out of Gray Court, South Carolina. In the 44, it's Chris Smokey Madden. And as always, a good start to the year for the driver of the Franklin Enterprises entry. Ross Bales out of Clover, South Carolina behind him in the 79. A few other drivers on the track making his first ever appearance here at Volunteer Speedway in the SSI Motorsports 20 RT from Chandler, Arizona. That's Ricky Thornton Jr. Mason Ziegler making the trip down from Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. In the 25Z, Shannon Babb out of Moequa, Illinois. In the 18, that's Cade Loudy. Yes, that is Captain Kirk's son, Cade Loudy, now 18 years of age in the 1. And Tanner English also on the track.
Tanner's first time here.
His first time here as well. Terry told me back in the pits that he has run here several times before. Tanner's first time here behind the wheel of a race car.
Well, getting them dialed in, and time's up on the board again. Dirt Draft Hot Laps. These drivers will get them dialed in. 44 signed in, 44 super late models battling for $20,000 here tonight, as the first wave of cars will make their way back to the pit area. We talked about Ricky Thornton Jr., current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader. On your screen, Tanner English, World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year last year. Now in that Viper Risk Management 96V, as they're going to head down. Some of these drivers heading to the scales to see where they weigh in.
Next group of drivers, Ben, will be making their way out on the racetrack shortly. For those of you watching at home, they are going to get timing and scoring up on the broadcast for you here momentarily. As oh, don't hit the ambulance, Huddy.
Easy.
No. Spare the ambulance. Next wave of drivers have made their way out on the front straightaway out of Newport, Tennessee this weekend, sporting the autism awareness in the number 20, the Tim Short Auto Group Reese Monument Company entry. That's the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens. Behind him, now out of Monterey, Tennessee, formerly out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada, in the G-Style Transport Turk Enterprises number 7. That's the Sniper, or that is Ricky Weiss in the Sniper chassis.
You had the right idea. You just mixed it all together.
Maybe we can give him a nickname. We can call him the Sniper.
Nope, not going to do it.
No, okay.
All right, out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, Benji Hicks in that self-built double nickel race car right behind Ricky Weiss, the 55 in the middle of turns 1 and 2. And behind him in car number 97, that's going to be Michael Chilton, the Silvisa, Kentucky driver, coming down trying to pick up $20,000 here tonight at the Gap. And the driver that found a lot of speed late in speed weeks rolling past the flag stand, DJ.
Yeah, picked up 4. He's already got 4 wins on the season this year behind the wheel of the Rocket Chassis house car, the Valvoline Swabert Calf Ranches. Number 1, that's going to be Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana. And he'll be followed out by the driver of the 1G. That's not Ryan King. Ryan King is here in his own entry. It's going to be Rusty Bollinger behind the wheel of the Mike Knuckles Warrior number 1G.
Yeah, it's a great standout, making the move up into the super late model ranks. Talked to him and his dad in the pit area earlier, as drivers continue to make their way out onto the speedway.
Newport, Tennessee's Josh Henry, Ben behind of him in that pro-built powered Savage race car. A lot of wins last year for the driver of the B00. He'll be followed by the driver of the 23. Heartbreak Hotel for him last year out of Loudon, Tennessee. That's going to be Corey Hedgecock in the 23.
Corey Hedgecock off to a fast start to the year, and those BMF race cars, this team built those. Also on the racetrack in the Stet, Stormy Scott made his way out. The Las Cruces, New Mexico driver Del McDowell out of Chickamauga, Georgia. The shop right up the road in Mooresburg, Tennessee, though, in the 17M. And you see Hedgecock on your screen as working around the low to middle part of this racetrack in that 23. And he's been awful fast in those self-built race cars so far this year, DJ.
Yeah, he absolutely has. And again, runs very, very well right here at Volunteer Speedway. There's a look at Stormy Scott in the Messina Valley Transportation Rancho Milagro. Scott Brothers Racing number 2S ran into his crew chief, Jason Durham, in the pit area a little bit earlier on this evening. Those guys were a little bit on the fence about whether or not they were going to make the trip. Saw Mother Nature was playing nice and decided to make their way out to Volunteer Speedway, as we've got Dirt Draft Hot Laps up on the screen for you on the left-hand side of your monitor. Jonathan Davenport, the quickest right now with a 1:2.777. Kyle Strickler, second quick. Third quick, Cameron Marlar in the 99, Logan Robertson fourth quick, and Chris Madden right now fifth in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And there's a look at Superman Jonathan Davenport. Lost a little bit of weight here over the last
new
few
and
months
improved.
is JD. The new and improved, yes. The new and improved drop. By the way, have you got a chance to watch Dirty Dollars?
Right there, right on key.
There
right
he
on
is.
cue.
Have you got a chance to watch Dirty Dollars?
I have not. I've been too busy getting ready for races.
Really good, man. It's about 40 or 45 minutes long. They take you on the ranch there where Jonathan and Rachel live, and it's cool, man. It's very, very well done. The films team at Flo done just a phenomenal job with that. If you get an opportunity, again, it's only about 40 or 45 minutes. Well worth your time, though. Very, very well put together piece, and absolutely as good as anything that you might see on Netflix or Hulu.
Well, I've heard a lot of people rave about it. I can't wait to watch it as the next set of cars come out, and they're led by downtown Michael Brown out of Lancaster, South Carolina, the Blackcrest Farms Rocket XR1. And behind him, you talked about it, DJ, in the family-owned number 30, that's Ryan King out of Seymour, Tennessee, and the King Motorsports Brian King Roofing Vic Hill-powered Warrior.
He'll be followed out by the driver we like to call Big Perm. We can't give him credit for that nickname. That was Turbo that gave him that nickname. It's both those drivers on the track. Big Perm, it's Dalton
How about
Wilson.
the ambulance down here in turn 4?
Oh, I mean, the ambulance turned on a good
He's
lap.
going to turn some laps down here in turn 4.
So Dalton Wilson in the 18D in the James Ratliff-owned entry. Jeff Gollett not in the pit area here this evening. Jeff, I hope you're feeling better. He's at home watching on FloRacing, but that's Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Behind him, out of New Waverly, Texas, in the Best Performance Motorsports number 1, that is Turbo, Tyler Erb, and he'll be followed out, Ben, by the winner of this race 1 year ago.
That's right. Mike Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee in the 157 won this event a year ago, and the driver that was fast time a year ago tonight in car number 6 out of Elk Grove, California, Kyle Larson in car 6.
A few other drivers making their way out on the speedway. I believe that is just a plain 76 of Brandon.
Still a fast one.
Yeah, absolutely. Still a very fast entry. That's Brandon Overton in the Wells Motorsports Longhorn. 15 wins a year ago for the two-time World 100 champion. And behind him, out of Morristown, Tennessee, from just up the road in the Vic Hill-powered Longhorn, that's Forrest Trent in the 101. And one other driver's made his way out on the speedway. It looks like it's the dealership, Jensen Ford, in the 83.
Tell you what, Jensen's been making those Masters built look awful fast this year. Couple of wins, picked that up down in the 602 division down at Volusia Speedway Park back during the Sunshine Nationals. And we talked about Kyle Larson, fast time in this event a year ago. Of course, promoter of this event in car number 6, and he's brought some friends to the party. We're going to see the 76B shortly of Kyle Busch as he'll be making his way out. And, of course, from Stewart Haas Racing, the 14 of Chase Briscoe. He's in a Kyle Strickler team car here tonight.
Look at that crowd, man. It's a great-looking crowd. Well, that one guy's. The rest of the crowd looks pretty good. Kyle Larson, super excited, man, to come here for this event. I was actually in Austin, Texas at Flow Sports headquarters about a week and a half ago. Kyle stopped in during the NASCAR weekend at Circuit of the Americas. I talked to him about this event. Really excited about this. He's really excited about his and his brother-in-law, Brad Sweet's high-limit sprint car tour
next
here
week.
this year. And that's kicking off, Lakeside Speedway, just outside Kansas City here next week. And I tell you what, they've got, did you see the list of high rollers, the drivers that are going to run, they're planning to run the full tour? Lots of really strong drivers, and that's just the guys that have committed. I think you're going to see a lot of other drivers pop in for those races as well.
Well, we got one around down in turns 3 and 4, and that's going to be Turbo. Tyler Erb putting it in the spin cycle down there. He'll turn it around. No harm, no foul. Tyler was originally, admittedly, going to go run Tri-City Speedway this weekend with the Lucas Oil MLR8. Those shows rained out, so he's racing here tonight, and he's going to head down and race with the Hunt the Front series the next few nights in Florida.
Yeah, and of course, big news about a month ago or so, Randall Edwards leading that Best Performance Motorsports team. He's going to go turn wrenches the rest of this season for Garrett Smith, the Eatonton, Georgia driver, the number 10. So the folks at Best Performance Motorsports said, you know what? They said, we have a lot of faith in the crew that we have. We have a lot of faith in Turbo at this point in time. We're going to let these guys go out and see what they can do. And so I think this is Turbo's first race without Randall Edwards, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, everything's rained out since we left Speedway, so it's been crazy. But
you had to get a rowboat just to get here. It was like Venice in the streets of Memphis.
It has been unbelievable. That's aggressive, but maybe. But the checkered flag is going to drop on this set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And it's still Hudson O'Neal fastest time tonight, the 12.636. But Mike Marlar, you see him on your screen, the defending champion. He is 20th on the board right now, DJ. They're going to have some tweaking on that race car to get ready for Sunoco qualifying coming up a little bit later.
Pretty cool, by the way, to see Mike Marlar pop into the Spring Nationals race last weekend. Buckshot, what a cool little track, Buckshot
Clanton,
Speedway,
Alabama.
by the way.
Let's go.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I think it's easiest to get there by helicopter, but I tell you what, it's cool. 32 cars there. What a turnout
that was
rate.
awesome. I used to say that about Tyler County. People would say, how do you get to Tyler County? I say, you know what, you just drive to about New Martinsville, West Virginia, and they shoot you in from a cannon.
The next set of cars coming out, you see on your screen, two-time winner this year out of Fort Payne, Alabama, Sam Seawright, the Oliver Racing Engine Rocket XR1. And out of Kingston, Georgia, behind him, it's Tyler Millwood in car 31.
How about that run Tyler Millwood put on opening night at East Bay earlier this year up on the high side of the racetrack, man? That was something else.
Exciting.
From Knoxville, Tennessee, or as he calls it, Raccoon Valley,
of course.
Tennessee. Yes, that's Steve Smith in the number 3 behind him. That's a Longhorn chassis for the driver, that Phantom-powered at number 3. Other drivers on the racetrack over in turn number 2 behind the wheel of that Kyle Strickler backup car in the Mahinda Tractors number 14. That's going to be Mitchell, Indiana's Chase Briscoe. That is a Longhorn Bywells with a Dickens power plant under the hood.
Greenville, Tennessee's John Tweed in the number 5, right behind that 14 car on your screen. He's in the Vic Hill-powered Longhorn Covenant sponsored entry, and in the middle of the back straightaway, that out of Las Vegas, Nevada, that's going to be Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch in the 76B making his way into turn number 3. And, of course, a turbulent race at Bristol last year for NASCAR, and it was Kyle Busch that came out on top, and you see him on your screen, that Wells & Sons Motorsports 76B.
Former Prelude winner is Kyle Busch. Behind him, it's Brent Cornett in the number 22. A former Kentucky native now calls Greenville, Tennessee home. That is a Mike Bullock-powered sports car. Shout out to you, my friend James Essex. And James, good luck to you in the return to the Northern All-Stars this weekend at Brownstown. Other drivers on the track, Devin Moran behind the wheel of the Double Down Motorsports number 99. Jaden Frame behind the wheel of the 8. Ethan Dodson out of Bakersfield, California, the former IMCA modified standout behind the wheel of the Longhorn at number 1, 74, rolling down the front straightaway.
Also on the speedway in the set, Chris Chandler in the 8C out of Weaverville, North Carolina. Eli Beats out of Knoxville, Tennessee in the set. Hang on, Kyle Busch, as it got a little frisky over there in 2. No harm, no foul, we'll stay green. And, man, it's fun to watch the NASCAR guys coming out here. Meanwhile, behind him, John Tweed gives a door to the 3 car of Neely, and this hot lap session for Dirt Draft may pay $10,000 to win, DJ.
Well, they're racing like it, if nothing else. I tell you what, Vic Hill's got this track in really good shape right now, man. Just see these guys going at it here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Just can't wait to see what it's going to be like when we roll off the first of 4 8-lap heat races just a little bit later on this evening. So Hudson O'Neal still atop the leaderboard in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Dale McDowell second, Chris Madden third, Jensen Ford fourth, and Jonathan Davenport fifth. 1:2.636 is the fast time in Dirt Draft Hot Laps set by the New Deal Hudson O'Neal.
And you see Kyle Larson sitting down there in his car checking out all the action here tonight. The Elk Grove, California driver won an absolute barn burner that we were part of the broadcast down at Golden Isle Speedway in Brunswick, Georgia. It feels like a lifetime ago during Speed Weeks. He and Overton and Ricky Thornton Jr. had a heck of a show. And Kyle Larson, of course, fresh off that win, too, in NASCAR Cup Series action at Richmond Raceway. Look at that shot. Beautiful scenery here at Volunteer Speedway. As I said, we lost it. We nixed the drone just like that.
You either nixed the drone or you unplugged the monitor up here in front of us.
I don't know. There we go. The winner's performance drone. It's teasing us now.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
All right. Well,
you know.
Sometimes it goes that way. All right. Well, it looks like, let's see what we've got coming up next.
Yeah, let these drivers crisscross the racetrack here, and here in just a matter of minutes, they will get the drivers lined up for qualifying here this evening for your Sportsman. There'll be 4 cars at a time, 2 laps each, and then we'll come back with qualifying for the super late models. There'll be 3 cars at a time, 2 laps each. So Sportsman qualifying will be up next. Sportsman qualifying going to be up next. As there's a look at Chaposki's Performance Parts Speed Shot down the back straightaway. And as they get the Sportsman lined up for their qualifying here this evening, we'll use this opportunity to step aside for a quick set of commercial breaks. This is the Kyle Larson Late Model Challenge at Volunteer Speedway. Those of you that are here on the grounds, an opportunity to grab something to eat. Those of you watching at home on FloRacing, don't go anywhere because we will be back right after this.
Gear up to win with Buzzy Racing. With over 40 years of experience in motorsports and countless victories, Buzzy Racing provides teams with superior drivetrain sales and service. Whether you need assistance with transmissions, gears, axles, brakes, steering, drive shafts, or differentials, we have you covered. Family owned and operated, Buzzy Racing is dedicated to our customers on track success. What are you waiting for? Visit us at buzzyracing.com to learn more.
Located in Parkersburg, West Virginia, Dave Poske's Performance Parts is the premier parts store in the Ohio River Valley, housing all of the world's top name brands in motorsports. Dave Poske's Performance Parts is also home to Octane Race Products and Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley. And rest assured, we have what you need to get you on the track and into victory lane. Ordering is fast, easy, and simple, and can ship directly to your doorstep. Visit Dave Poske's Performance Parts online at Posky.com or give us a call at 1-800-430-RACE. Dave Poske's Performance Parts, serving the Ohio River Valley and racers across the country since 1978.
The fastest growing name in the motorsports industry is the Racers brand of safety gear and apparel. Winners wear K1.
All right, welcome back to Volunteer Speedway as the combo late models will be out onto the racetrack first. They'll have the qualifying effort. There you see the driver out of Greenville, Tennessee. That'll be the 2N of Nikki Starnes. The Rayburn Chassis Log Cabins for Less. Greene County Pest Control Starnes Performance Fabrication 2N of Nikki Starnes. Other drivers out onto the racetrack will be the 10B. That'll be Bradley Llewellyn. Bradley Llewellyn out of Seymour, Tennessee. Travis Foltz powered CVR. B Clean Pressure Washing Turf Masters Brad Chambers. 10B of Bradley Llewellyn. That will be the 76 of Joe Bray out of New Tazewell, Tennessee. The Randall Harris powered Rocket. Bray Roofing. Bruce Built Performance. Lashes and Waxing by Page. Insane Customs. 76. So the first group will make their way into the pit area. So Bradley Llewellyn quickest out of that first group. He goes 13.578, 13.578. Tyler Haynes was in the 21H. The new driver out of Pennington Gap, Virginia, goes 13.73 or 13.713. And the two that was on the racetrack was Terry Poor, the Blue Deuce. Driver out of Seymour, Tennessee, the DJ Performance Savage Tar Chevrolet Cherokee Towing 2P. He was the two car that was on the racetrack. Group number 2 will get ready to roll out now. They'll be led by the driver out of Knoxville, Tennessee. That'll be the Crate Engine Technology Longhorn Bruce Built Performance Shorty's Motorsports Century 21 Tony Jones Pest Control 07A. That'll be Addison Cardwell. Addison Cardwell in the 07A. Behind him, out of Woodruff, South Carolina, in the XL Racing Chassis, Mary Holmes Furnishing, White Oak Mountain Wedding Venue, Holder's Body Shop, Destination Power Sports, Martin Towing, 57, it's Luke Highsight Cooper. Luke Highsight Cooper in the 57. Also out onto the racetrack, we've seen him get a little bit of damage earlier in that hot lap session in the 01 out of Parisville, Tennessee. The Savage, Hucks Motorsports, Team Husky Racing, Competition Racing Equipment 01 of Wayne Rader. Wayne Rader in the 01. Bradley Llewellyn still top of the board with that 13.578. Want to remind you the top 16 lock automatically in. Second fastest is Tyler Haynes. Third fastest will come out of group number 2. It'll be Addison Cardwell. He goes 13.815, 13.815. He will be the quickest out of that second group to hit the racetrack. Group 3 will roll out. They'll be led by the driver out of Andersonville, Tennessee. The Phantom Race Engine, Longhorn, Fast Lube, Rapid Wash, Valvoline, Longmire Excavating, Triple S Farms, 118 of Brody Sharp. Brody Sharp in the 118. Behind him out of Bean Station, Tennessee, the DJ Performance, Savage, 30 Properties, LJ Designs, Tennessee Home Place, GH Kaufman Country Store, She Shed by Day Spa, and Papa Elvin's Cozy Storage, 30 of Taylor Kaufman. Taylor Kaufman in the 30. Third car in this group will be the driver out of Mossheim, Tennessee, the TNT chassis. That'll be the 4 of Chase Lawson. Chase Lawson in the 4. And the fourth and final driver out on the racetrack here in this group will be the driver out of Dandridge, Tennessee, the Hendry-powered Victory chassis, Stinnett Chevrolet, Diversified Enclosures, Alvey Construction, Camp Riverside Landing, number 7 of Heath Alvey. Heath Alvey in the 7. Brody Sharp second quick, goes 13.672. Sharp goes second fastest, Kaufman to 4th fastest, Heath Alvey to 5th quick. So a solid group number 3 as the checkered flag will come out. There you get a good look at Brody Sharp. His quickest lap was a 13.587. Good enough for second overall fastest. Taylor Kaufman was good enough for 4th fastest, but it's still Bradley Llewellyn's 13.578 that holds down the top spot. Brody Sharp second. Tyler Haynes will be 3rd. Starting this group in the 18, there you get a good look at the driver out of Mohawk, Tennessee. The Eagle-powered Racing Rocket XR1, Crittenden Millwright and Fabrication, B&B Tool, Jody and Owens Custom Meats, 18 of Gary Crittenden. Gary Crittenden in the 18. Another weekly Warrior in the 33 out of Dandridge, Tennessee. The Warrior, Overlook RV Park, Rev It Up Racing, Gannett Appraisal, 33 of Warren McMahon. Warren McMahon in the 33. Third car in this group out of Johnson City, Tennessee, the Hendry-powered TNT, Twin Day Auto Sales, TNT Towing, Moppin's Paint and Body, Shelter Insurance, Ketcherson Recovery, 3 of Tim Moppin. Tim Moppin in the 3. Tim Moppin, fast time, 13.433. There you get a good look at Tim Moppin. Just went to the top of the board on that most recent lap. So Moppin went 13.433. That will set quick time. Another driver that was out onto the racetrack would be the 7J. That'll be Aaron Jones out of Mossheim, Tennessee. The Jones Race Engines, Rocket, King Construction, Moose Lodge, 629 of Greenville, West Green Insurance, Boomco Equipment Rentals, 7J. And a good lap for him. 4th quickest for Aaron Jones. So Tim Moppin, Bradley Llewellyn, Brody Sharp, Aaron Jones, Tyler Haynes would be your top 5 right now. Next on to the racetrack out of Rogersville, Tennessee, the Eagle-powered Rocket. Rogersville Seamless Guttering, Dalton Direct Carpet, Jensen Ford Bodies, number 4 of Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith in the 4. Behind him out onto the racetrack, we mentioned earlier, and I think I might have looked at that wrong. It was a typo. But in the 24/7, yeah, you have to look at it twice. It's not Ricky Weiss. It's Philip Thompson out of Whitesburg, Tennessee, the Eagle-powered Sniper. 2 Ford machines, Dryden, Martell Signs Company Sniper chassis, and the 24/7 of Philip Thompson. Also out onto the racetrack with the driver to White Pine, Tennessee, the Eagle-powered Black Diamond, Insane Hot Rods, Black Label Coating, Lee Sauceman, Trailer Rentals, Toolman, 13. That is Dylan Morgan. Dylan Morgan in the 13. So the checkered flag will come out, and Philip Thompson goes fast time at a 13.317. 13.317 for Philip Thompson. He'll go top of the board. Tim Moppin now second. Bradley Llewellyn 3rd. Brody Sharp 4th, and Aaron Jones would round out your top 5. Next driver out onto the racetrack will be the driver out of Fairview, North Carolina, the GMTNT SoCar Chemical Halo EFX 727 of Bailey Lowe. Bailey Lowe in the 727. Also in the 53, the orange 53 out of Bulls Gap, Tennessee. It'll be the GRT chassis, Napa Auto Parts, Jerry's Auto Parts, TNC Lawn Care 53 of Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes in the 53. There you get a good look at Dakota James Smith, the second-generation driver out of Powell, Tennessee, the Phantom Power Longhorn Housing Materials Surplus, Rick Welch Racing, and he's got to give a shout-out to his dad, Steve Smith, in the 3D, Dakota James Smith. And the third and final driver out onto the racetrack in the 3S, that'll be Shane Starnes. Shane Starnes, the driver out of Greenville, Tennessee, the Rocket Log Cabins for Less, Alpine Building and Constructors, Greene County Pest Control, Starnes Performance and Fabrication 3 of Shane Starnes. It is still Philip Thompson up top, Tim Moppin second quickest, and that is how we will fade through our time trials for our combo late models. And just got word, everybody will go to the 20-lap main event. So all drivers have now qualified themselves for the feature. That will come up in just a little bit. It is time now for Sunoco time trials for the super late models.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gap Volunteer Speedway, Bulls Gap, Tennessee, for the Kyle Larson Late Model Challenge. Sportsman qualifying has just wrapped up. Those drivers are going to transfer directly into their A main, as Cody Early told us a few moments ago. And Ben, we're now ready to get underway with Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying for the super late models. Play it again. 3 cars. Yeah, your eyes just lit up really big right there. 3 cars at a time. 2 laps. Drivers will stand on the best of their 2 qualifying laps, and the field has been split in half into Group A and Group B.
Look at this.
That's unbelievable. Look at that crowd.
What a shot from the Winner's Performance drone as it goes high atop Volunteer Speedway as we get set for Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying for the super late models. 45 now cars in the pit area.
Yeah.
Troy Eads, a late arrival, the Tazewell, Tennessee driver. And we're finally getting the last of the spectator cars parked. I think they might be parking them at Tazewell Speedway. Your first qualifier tonight, boy, he's got a big weekend in front of him. It's Superman Jonathan Davenport, 5-time winner this year out of Blairsville, Georgia. The Cornet Lightning Longhorn chassis, sponsored by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Fast Chefs, Dynagrowth Seed, and Lucas Oil Products, all sponsors on that ASC warranty entry. And he is going to be running the NASCAR Truck Race and the Cup Series race at Bristol Motor Speedway this weekend. And we're all rooting for the 49 this weekend to see what he can do on the dirt that's going to be on the pavement.
Absolutely. Of course, got that truck ride, or got the Cup ride with Colleague Motorsports there a month or 2 ago, and then just picked up the Aspire Motorsports truck ride here within the last couple weeks. And right on cue, JD making his way out on the track.
He's going to to be joined by the 8 of Kyle Strickler out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the 99 of Cameron Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee. Kyle Strickler, the Melanie Motorsports, G-Style Transport, CAT Industries, Jervitz Industries, Clements Powered Longhorn. 4 wins on the year. They've all come in the modified for that driver. And the 99 car on the speedway in this set, that'll be Cameron Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee. The Dane McLaughlin Motorsports, Hope Mental Health, Don Franklin Family of Dealerships, Clements Powered Longhorn for Cameron Marlar. First 3 drivers on the clock.
So those are the first 3 drivers on the racetrack. Dalton Wilson, your track champion, 11.794. I don't know that we are going to get to that here today, as we wait for the timing and scoring to update for us, just as you wait for timing and scoring to update for you at home as well. Here's what we can tell you. Jonathan Davenport, the quickest of that trio, with a 1.2579. Cameron Marlar, second quick with a 1.2964, and Kyle Strickler third quick, Ben, with a 1.3136. So the early bar has been set by Superman Jonathan Davenport with a 1.2.579.
Coming up next will be Logan Robertson out of Waynesboro, Virginia, the 89. The 44 of Chris Madden out of Great Court, South Carolina. And he'll be joined by Ross Bells out of Clover, South Carolina. Out of Clover, South Carolina for Ross Bells. Logan Robertson, the Randy Clary Racing Engine Masters Belt, Broadneck Shaker Motorsports, Gunner's Honey entry. Joined by Chris Smokey Madden, no stranger to victory lane here at the Gap. And the Rocket XR1 Durham Powered Henderson Amusement Franklin Enterprises Millwood Plumbing entry. And the 79 of Ross Bells, the double nickel race car sponsored by Billy Hicks Racing, H&H Auto Sales, and Lawson Trucking, all sponsors on that double nickel race car for Ross Bells.
With the quick lap times that are turned here at Volunteer Speedway, for those of you watching at home, we'll give you the best of their 2 qualifying laps after they come across the stripe. Again, Jonathan Davenport still the time to beat. Chris Madden goes second quick with a 1.2.856. Ross Bales fourth quick with a 1.2979. And Logan Robertson sixth fastest, a 1.3159. Jonathan Davenport, Ben, still the time to beat, 1.2579.
Up next, your current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader making his debut at Volunteer Speedway. It's Ricky Thornton Jr. out of Martinsville, Indiana, the 20 RT, the 126 of Cade Lowdy out of Rogersville, Tennessee, and the 25Z of Mason Ziegler out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. Ricky Thornton Jr., the SSI Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Dyno 1, Westside Tractor, Clements Powered Longhorn 20 RT, joined on Speedway by the 126 car of Cade Lowdy, the Masters Built Ryan Powered, Rogersville Seamless Guttering Incorporated, Woodhouse Chevrolet, Kaiser Manufacturing entry for Cade Lowdy, and joining him on the Speedway will be the 25Z of Mason Ziegler out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania, and the Barry Wright Icon, Clements Powered, JLE Industries, Imperial River Transport, Ohio Pile Vacation Rentals 25Z.
Drivers coming around for their second and final qualifying lap. Jonathan Davenport, a 12.579er. Those of you at home watching, you see a 12.580. The reason for that very slight discrepancy is the timing and scoring. We actually have the live timing and scoring directly in front of us. That actually goes out to 4 decimal points, and they round that 4th decimal point. So that's why you see a 12.580 here in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying. Ricky Thornton Jr., his first ever appearance here, goes third quick with a 12.947. Cade Lowdy goes ninth quick with a 1.3323. And Mason Ziegler sixth quick with a 1.3119. Next 3 drivers making their way out of the track. Shannon Babb in the 18. It'll be Tanner English in the 96 and Jimmy Owens in the 20.
Shannon Babb, first time here since 2008 in car number 18, the Longhorn Vic Hill Powered, Petroff Towing, Donnelly Trucking, Donna Grove Seed entry, joined by the 96V of Tanner English making his debut. Last year's World of Outlaws rookie, M&M Paint Construction, Base Fuels, Durham, actually Clements Power under the hood of that Longhorn number 96V, and joining him on the Speedway, Jimmy Owens in car 20. He cut his teeth at this high-banked 4/10 mile oval. The Kohler Motorsports, Reese Monument Company, Vic Hill Powered, Longhorn by Wells for Jimmy Owens.
Second and final lap times going up on the board. Shannon Babb is 10th quick, 1.3076. His best lap. Kyle Strickler is second quick. Cameron Marlar third. Logan Robertson is fourth. I don't think that is sorted correctly, Brad. Here's what I can tell you. Jimmy Owens goes second quick with a 1.2.752. Then it's Tanner English fourth quick. Ben, next group of drivers on the track.
Up next, Benji Hicks out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. The double nickel race cars, BHR 55 Fabrication Clements entry. Car 55 on the racetrack with him. It'll be the 7 of Ricky Weiss, now hailing out of Monterey, Tennessee. The Canadian driver, the G-Style Transport, Martell Brents, Collins Brothers Towing, Vic Hill Powered Sniper race car, and Michael Chilton out of Selvisa, Kentucky. The Cornet Powered Rocket XR1, Set in Stone Marble, Granite and Quartz, Caden Industrial Painting 97.
Ricky Weiss going to go third quick with a 1:2.816. His second lap time is not as good. Checkered flag out for Salvisa, Kentucky's Michael Chilton in the 97. Chilton's best lap, 15th quick, 1:3. And check that, he goes up to 13th with a 1:3.154. And Benji Hicks, 7th fastest man with a 1:2.960. Jonathan Davenport still the time to beat, 1:2.580.
All right, coming up next, we'll have Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana, currently second in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings. Rusty Ballinger, the crate graduate out of Seymour, Tennessee, in the 1G, and the B00 of Josh Henry out of Newport, Tennessee. In the number 1 car, that'll be Hudson O'Neill, the Valvoline VR1 Racing Oil, Sawyer Calf Ranches, O'Neill Salvage Recycling, Durham-powered Rocket XR1, 4-time winner this year, the 1G of Rusty Ballinger. That's the Warrior House car. Mullins LS Power under the hood, the Titan Trailer Repair XS Power Batteries entry, and the B00 car of Josh Henry out of Newport, Tennessee, the Savage Chassis with a Pro-Built Racing engine, sponsored by Henry Trucking.
Hudson O'Neill was the quickest driver in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, Ben, but right now he is 16th on the grid here in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying. Rusty Ballinger, 17th quick with a 1:2.928, and the B00 of Josh Henry, boo to you. He is 12th quick with a 1:2.985. Still Jonathan Davenport, the time to beat, Ben, 12.580.
I saw boo to you in the pit area. Scott Bloomquist down there tonight. The 23 of Corey Hedgecock out of Loudon, Tennessee, the Eagle Racing Engine, SFP Performance Systems, Noble Knight Construction, BMF race car for Corey Hedgecock, 3-time winner this year, joined by the 2S. That'll be Stormy Scott out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. The Longhorn Clements Power Rancho Milagro Racing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Eagle Moon Farms 2S. And on the speedway with them, the 21K of Dakota Knuckles, the Ewing, Virginia driver. Barrier Roos, Tim Fletcher, Heating and Cooling, Vic Hill Powered Rocket XR1.
Again, Jonathan Davenport, Hudson O'Neill jumped up to second quick with a 1:2.669, Ben, on his second lap. Then Jimmy Owens third. Second and final qualifying times going up on the board for this trio of drivers. And there's the 2S of Stormy Scott, Ben. He is going to check in just outside the top 20. In the Jason Durham Wrench 2S, the 23 of Corey Hedgecock, 15th quick with a 1:3.084. And Dakota Knuckles in the 21K, 13th with a 1:3.039.
Final 2 qualifiers in Group A. It's going to be Dell McDowell in the 17M, the Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, and we got Michael Brown out there, but Michael Brown's going to be the first qualifier in Group B. We're looking for Troy Eads, the Tazewell, Tennessee driver, not seeing him out there.
Yeah, they were supposed to send 2 cars out, which they did. They just sent the wrong 2 out, right, as you mentioned, looking for Troy Eads in the 52.
Well, Dell McDowell out of Chickamauga, Georgia, out there, the Team Zero race car. Clements Power under the hood, the Easy Go, Clot Synthetics, Cometic Gasket, S&H Systems, Connected Strategy Advisors, and Northeastern Fabrication, all sponsors on the 17M for Dell McDowell. And again, he's got a lot of laps around this place, and he's been to victory lane more than once. First lap on the board, and Dell McDowell, how about that, DJ? 4th fastest.
1:2.774, a good lap for Mac Daddy. Dale McDowell, fresh off a trip to the Masters.
That's right.
He's going to come around, complete his second qualifying lap. Dale McDowell's second lap, 1:2.673, a little better. Third quick for Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell, and that'll wrap up Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying for Group A, the first half of the field. Jonathan Davenport quickest with a 1:2.580. Hudson O'Neill second quick with a 1:2.669. Dale McDowell third quick with a 1:2.673, and Jimmy Owens fourth fastest with a 1:2.752. So unofficially, it'll be Jonathan Davenport and Dale McDowell on the pole of heats 1 and 2. Hudson O'Neill and Jimmy Owens will be on the outside of those respective heat races. So what we'll do now is we will wipe the slate clean, and we will bring out the second half of the field, Group B, for qualifying. The process is the same for them. There will be 3 cars on the track at a time. They'll get 2 qualifying laps, and they will take the best of those 2 qualifying laps in Group B. As you see there, that winner's performance drone shot as the field does the crossover. They make their way from the infield back across the racetrack, and again, there is a great look at the fans both on the front and back straightaways. in an absolutely packed house here in Bulls Gap, Tennessee at Volunteer Speedway for the second running of the Kyle Larson Late Model Challenge. Ben, I tell you what, I wasn't real sure we was going to be able to top last year's crowd. I think somehow we have managed to beat the crowd that we had here last year. It's unreal, man.
Well, somehow, some way, look at that aerial shot from the Winner's Performance drone, and man, what a crowd. Thank you for coming out tonight, spending your hard-earned money with us as we get set for Sunoco Race Fuel's Group B qualifying. And then after that, DJ, we're going to have opening ceremonies, and we're going to get ready for 4 big super late model heats to come your way. The time to beat so far, Jonathan Davenport, 12.580, 12.580 for Jonathan Davenport.
And that's going to be a hard lap to beat, especially with him going out early like he did. But again, there's some real heavy hitters coming up here in Group B as well. Kyle Larson is going to be the 3rd car to come out on the racetrack. Tyler Erb, Dalton Wilson, the current track record holder. Mike Marlar, the defending winner of this event. Brandon Overton, Devin Moran, among the other drivers that are going to come out here in qualifying for Group B. Hey, there's a great view of the racetrack by some of the side-by-sides sitting
and
up
look
there.
at the background. Nothing says Smoky Mountains, the foothills of the Smokies, like a smoky backdrop. That looks like a commercial for True Timber or something is what that looks like.
I like it. I wore some of my True Timber camo out in the woods there a month or two ago doing a little shed hunting.
Love that stuff they got us. Well, we are getting set now. Group B, Sunoco qualifying for the super late models here tonight. The Kyle Larson presents FloRacing Late Model Challenge. Your first qualifier will be Lancaster, South Carolina's Michael Brown. The Clements-powered Rocket XR1, Blackcrest Farms, Crescent Moon Forestry Services, Piggly Wiggly. I love that. Clements-powered Rocket XR1 for Michael Brown. He'll be joined by Ryan King in car number 30, the Brian King Roofing, Charlie Brown Company, Screen Print and Embroidery, Vic Hill Powered Warrior, number 30 for Ryan King. And your 3rd car coming out in this set, he was your Sunoco Fast qualifier a year ago. You see him on the screen. Young Money Kyle Larson out of Elk Grove, California. He'll be in the Rumley Motorsports, HendrickCars.com, FloRacing, Bill Stein, D&E Marine, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Cornet Powered Longhorn for Kyle Larson. And just like that, DJ, we're underway. Sunoco Race Fuels Group B qualifying.
Once again, the overall quick time, Jonathan Davenport with a 1:2.580. That will not matter for Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying in Group B, as again, we have wiped the slate clean, and this will set a brand new group of qualifiers, and this will set the stages for heat races 3 and 4. You mentioned Jonathan Davenport and Dale McDowell, the two of the quickest qualifiers in Group A. I believe it was Davenport, O'Neill, and then McDowell, your top 3. As checkered flow, Ryan King goes around over in turns 3 and 4. Michael Brown quickest with a 1:2.906. Kyle Larson second quick. I believe he's got another lap coming to him as his second lap was impeded by the spinning 30 of Ryan King. Ryan King will stand on a 1:3.536. Larson comes around to the white flag. He will get his second qualifying lap. Again, trying to better his first lap, which was a 1:2.975. Larson comes off corner number 4. And his second qualifying lap is a little better, 1:2.820. That'll be the quickest in Group B after a trio of qualifiers. Kyle Larson, 1:2.820.
Coming up next, it'll be Johnson City, Tennessee's Jensen Ford in the 83, the 1T of New Waverly, Texas driver Tyler Erb, and the 18D of Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Jensen Ford and the McCarter Brothers Racing, Jim Beeman Lumber, Parkway Liquor Store, McCarter Farms, Clements Powered, Masters Built. 2-time winner this year is Jensen Ford, the 1T of Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas, the Clements Powered Rocket XR1. First Class Septic, Anthony's Pizza, Sandy Weld Incorporated. Number 1T for Tyler Erb, a one-time winner this year in the 18D, your track record holder here at Volunteer Speedway. Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Ratliff Racing, Grant Lee Farms, MGL Auto Sales, Keltner Construction, Clements Powered Longhorn for Dalton Wilson.
Checkered flag going up for these drivers. Jensen Ford will be second quick with a 1:2.876. Second lap time for Tyler Erb, fifth quick, 1:3.217. And the second and final time around for track record holder Dalton Wilson. He is fourth fastest with a 1:3.106. Kyle Larson, after 6 qualifiers, Ben, still the time to beat in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying in Group B with a 1:2.820.
Up next, it's Forrest Trent out of Morristown, Tennessee in the 101. The 157, your defending defending event champion Mike Marler out of Winfield, Tennessee, and the J27 of Jaden Frame out of Deckard, Tennessee. Forrest Trent, he's in the Vic Hill Powered Longhorn Service 101 Storm Recovery. Trent Logging, TNC Transportation, and On the Stop Apparel 101. Joined on the speedway by the 157 of Mike Marler, with that said, a defending event champion. One win on the year for the driver of the Delco Equipment Sales, Petrov Towing, Bill Stein, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Cornet Powered Longhorn, and Jaden Frame, cart 27, the driver out of Deckard, Tennessee. And he is behind the wheel of the J&J Merchandise, NB's J&J Construction, Poultry, Electric, and Pro Hardware Capital Race Car.
Checkered flag going out on this trio of qualifiers, Ben. They're all trying to get to Kyle Larson's lap of 1:2.820. And the quickest driver of this trio is going to be downtown Michael Brown out of Lancaster, South Carolina with a 1:2.906. He's third quick. Mike Marler is fourth quick with a 1:3.029. And Jaden Frame in the J27, seventh fastest with a 1:3.200 after 9 qualifiers. Larson, Jensen Ford, Michael Brown, your top 3.
Next set of cars coming to the Speedway, and it'll be the 3 car of Austin Neely out of New Tazewell, Tennessee, joined by Devin Moran out of Dresden, Ohio, and the 76 of Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia. Austin Neely, the Reese Monument Company, Giles Motorsports, First Century Bank, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn car 3, joined by the 76 of Brandon Overton, the Wells & Sons Motorsports, Gartos Southern, Muscle Factory, RW Powell Construction, Clements Powered Longhorn, 5-time winner this year is that driver, and Devin Moran, the Roger Sellers Motorsports, number 99, the driver out of Dresden, Ohio, on the Lazy Day RVs, Big River Steel, Bill Stein, McHugh, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. And number 99 for Devin Moran, Cornet Power under the hood of that race car as laps go up on the board.
Checkered flag out for your final 2 qualifiers in this group. And Brandon Overton, the quickest of this trio. He's 5th quick in Group B with a 1:3.078. The 99 of Devin Moran, 11th quick out of 12 with a 1:3.350. And the 3 of Austin Neely is 10th fastest with a 1:3.294. Kyle Larson, Jensen Ford, Michael Brown, your top 3 after 12.
Up next out of Greenville, Tennessee, it's Brent Cornett in the 22, the 31 of Tyler Millwood out of Kingston, Georgia, and Kyle Busch out of Las Vegas, Nevada in the 76B. Brent Cornett in the Rogersville Dental Center, LB Enterprise, Bullock Powered Swartz race car number 22, the 31 of Tyler Millwood, the Millwood Plumbing Competition Racing Equipment, Durham Powered Rocket XR1, the 2017 Ultimate Late Model Series champion, and Kyle Busch, he'll be in car 76B out of Las Vegas, Nevada, the Wells & Sons Motorsports, Garntos Southern Muscle Factory, RW Powell Construction, car 76B for Kyle Busch.
Checkered flag coming out, second and final time, going up for the 22 of Brent Cornett. He is going to be 14th quick with a 1:4.602. Tyler Millwood crosses the line 13th fastest with a 1:3.386. And the quickest driver of that trio, Kyle Busch in the Wells & Sons Motorsports 76B. He is 11th quick out of 15 drivers in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying in Group B. Kyle Busch's lap 1:3.347 after 15 cars. Kyle Larson, the time to beat in Group B, 1:2.820.
Up next is Sam Seawright out of Fort Payne, Alabama, the 16, the 5 of John Tweed out of Greenville, Tennessee, and the 109 of Eli Beats out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Seawright and Oliver Racing Engine, Rocket XR1, AgCore Steel, JR Excavating, Farm Systems number 16, a 2-time winner this year. John Tweed in the 5, the Covenant Tweed Family Foundation Titan Display and Packaging entry, car number 5, and the 109 of Eli Beats, 4-time winner last year out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Motorsports, TMC Transportation, CNC Specialized Trucking, Clements Powered Capital Race car for Eli Beats.
Kyle Larson, the driver they're all trying to get to in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying in Group B. Checker flag going up for the 5 of John Tweed. He's 18th quick out of 18 with a 1:4.106. Eli Beats in the 109. Checks in 11th quick with a 1:3.274. And the 16 of Sam Seawright goes 8th fastest, Ben, with a 1:3.178 after 18 cars in Group B. It's Larson, Ford, Brown, your top 3.
Up next out of Mitchell, Indiana, it's Chase Briscoe in car number 14, and the 8 of Chris Chandler out of Weaverville, North Carolina. Chase Briscoe in the Longhorn by Wells, J. Dickens Power, Mahindra Tractors, Cat Industries, actually Clements Power under that race car. Number 14 for Chase Briscoe, the 2021 NASCAR Rookie of the Year, and he's got trouble out of 2 down the back straight, limping that car down, and that is going to draw the Spring Rhythm caution flag as trouble on that race car. So also in this set, we'll have the number 8C car of Chris Chandler, And Chandler out of Weaverville, North Carolina. The Chandler Motorsports Hardest and Suspension Technology Dargy-powered TNT race car 8C. And you see right there, Chase Briscoe having trouble for the driver of the number 14.
Yeah, tough break for Chase Briscoe in that Kyle Strickler backup car, the 14. Again, right now, Kyle Larson has the time to beat here in Sunoco Racefield's qualifying in Group B with a 1:2.820. Jonathan Davenport in Group A, still the overall quick qualifier in Sunoco Racefield's qualifying with a 1:2.580 as Briscoe is going to nurse the Strickler backup car into the infield, and that means it'll be the 8 of Chris Chandler out there for a single car qualifying lap.
All right, so we'll see what Chandler can do after this. 2 more cars, and that will wrap up Sunoco Racefield's qualifying here tonight at Volunteer Speedway. We'll get ready for opening ceremonies and heat race action as Chris Chandler comes around for his first lap.
Chris Chandler, good lap, Ben, 12th quick, 1:3.280 for the driver. I like that car. It's a good-looking number 8, that TNT race car. The Chandler Motorsports HST entry comes off corner number 4, lap number 2 for Chris Chandler. Not as good, 1:3.419. He will be 12th quick, so that means just 2 drivers left to qualify here tonight in Sunoco Racefield's time trials.
And it's going to be Ethan Dotson, the modified standout out of Bakersfield, California, moving into the late model ranks. He'll be in the 174, and he'll be joined by Steve Smith out of Powell, Tennessee, in car number 3. Ethan Dotson, 6 wins on the year. They've all come in the mod division. The Chris Bragg Racing, Finish Line Outdoors, Cliffs Goodyear Auto Service, Bill Stein, car 174, the 2019 IMCA Super Nationals modified champion, and the veteran Steve Smith on the speedway in this set in car number 3S out of Powell, Tennessee, the Rick Welch Racing fan and Longhorn. And it looks like Troy Eads has made his way out, the Tazewell, Tennessee driver in the 52. He will not get times because this is not his group. Final qualifiers, DJ. Uh-oh, and he's definitely not going to get much more. There's a big puff of smoke out of the 52.
Troy Eads' trip around Volunteer Speedway is not only a bit late on the racetrack, but it's also a bit short as well, as a big puff of smoke comes out from underneath the 52, and it looks like his night has come to a premature end. Ethan Dotson, 16th quick on his first qualifying lap, the former IMCA modified standout, originally from Bakersfield, California, in the 174. It's a 1:3.370. Again, that is 16th quick. Steve Smith, the veteran driver, calls Powell, Tennessee, or as he told me, Raccoon Valley, Tennessee home. He is 20th quick with a 1:3.907 with 22 drivers attempting a lap here in Sunoco Racefield's qualifying in Group B. So track staff out on the speedway. As you see in the drone shot from that winner's performance drone there on the top part of your screen. They're checking over the racetrack to make sure no fluids have been dropped down. And once they make sure the track is clean and clear, you see them there making that hard left-hand turn down to the infield. Will be one final qualifying lap for the 1 with the small 7.4 in it. That's Ethan Dotson, the Longhorn race car. And the 3, the veteran Steve Smith, Raccoon Valley, Tennessee. In the 3, talked to Steve Smith back in the pit area. We had a good time reminiscing. Steve and I did, talking about some of our good friends that have passed over the last year or so. Guys like Rick Eshelman and C.J. Rayburn and a few others as well. Just one of the good guys in the sport. A great personality and great person to talk to as well. Steve Smith, as the checkered flag comes out for the 174 of Ethan Dotson. His second qualifying lap is not as good, so he'll stand on a 1:3.370 and be 16th quick. Steve Smith's second lap was his best lap. He does not move up any positions, though, a 1:3.814, so Steve Smith will be 20th. And that'll wrap up Sunoco Racefield's qualifying in Group B. Then Kyle Larson, the quickest driver in the second half of the field with a 1:2.820. Unofficially, he will start on the pole of heat race number 3 and on the pole of heat race number 4. Your second quick qualifier in Group B, it'll be the dealership, Jensen Ford, with a 1:2.877. Michael Brown, third quick, and Mike Marlar, fourth quick. Those drivers are also going to be on the front row of their respective heat races as well, as we are just about to do the crossover and have the drivers in the infield make their way back into the pit area. So as these drivers cross over and make their way back into the pit area, we're going to get our heat races lined up. Don't go anywhere. Next up will be opening ceremonies here at Volunteer Speedway. This is the Kyle Larson Presents FloRacing Late Model Challenge.
Looking for a competitive edge at the track? Trust Sweet Manufacturing for top-of-the-line steering components. Since 1978, we are proud to be employee-owned and carrying on the tradition of quality racing parts.